Geoff Fienberg back here with you for oddschecker.com/US, talking more PGA Tour golf. This week, it's the American Express, three-course rotation, Pro-Am, Birdie Fest expected. If you missed it already, I recorded a video with Rick Gehman at Rick Run Good for Odds Checker. It's in the feed. We spoke about the outrights that we are eyeing this week and betting strategy. Now it is time to put those bets into practice. And if you know me, well, what you're about to hear might surprise you because my card is going to look a lot different than it normally does. As I mentioned, two bets already in the can, made them in the last video. They should be listed below. Will Horace, Christian Bezadenhout, 55, 60 to 1, respectively. That sort of left the door open. I could take this any way. I could play a couple guys at the top, which I normally do, or take all that money, units, allocate them, and just play the bombs, as this tournament is so prevalent to reward and, historically has rewarded. And that just seems to be the popular train of thought this week. I will tell you, have normal Jeffrey would have played Abe Answer 30 to 1, Sung J M 25 to 1, and tossed a long shot onto his card. Would have been a small 4-man, 5-man card. That's it. Something came over me this week, and I played, like a lot of people, I played a consortium of long shots, and I'll get into them in a minute. And for the exact same money as about 8 golfers, I could have bet those other 2. So we'll see how that works out for me this week. So let's get right after it. Luke List over Brian Harman. That's the head-to-head of choice this week for me. Well, we're going to have a lot of lists coming up here on this list. Minus 110. That one was available at DraftKings. Luke List over Brian Harman. Luke List, T20 plus 250 on the card this week. Now a slew of T40s. Harold Varner T40 plus 175. Chris Kirk T40 plus 135, Russell Knox T40 plus 130, Gary Woodland T40 plus 130. Those are the props. And like a lot of the players I'm going to name and those above, some of them we're going to see some overlap with. What do? Well, they're just exceptional approach play players. That is where their ceiling is, and I'm hoping for some spike putting, and history has told me I'm allowed to attack long range, great approach players at the American Express. So that's exactly what I have done. I could give you my reasons for each of these picks, long form, but really they're kind of all the same. They're players that I feel can plot around this layout perfectly. Even the bigger hitters are great at being able to club down and plot around. And it's just fantastic approach play. That the statistics bear, nonstop, consistent approach play. So that is where I'm banking this week. Let's get into it. Again, if I wasn't going to take this big list, it would have been Sung Jae and Answer. Part of me already feels like I'm going to regret it, but the bets are in. The bets are in. Pencils down. Pencils down. Bets are in. Michael Thompson 90 to 1 off that great week last week in Hawaii, much like Russell Knox, who I'm taking at 110 to 1. The approach play just seems so prevalent at the moment. Like, just could repeat myself with all these guys. That's sort of what I'm banking on, or what their bread and butter can be. But Thompson and Knox both off incredible, very strong weeks last week at the Sony Open. Feeling good. That approach play has been there for Knox consistently, and Thompson just has that absolute ability to spike. We've seen it before. He was getting hot last week. So of those guys who were at the Sony that I'm really banking on here, Thompson and Knox. Luke List, I'm playing 90 to 1. I am a Luke List truther. 90 to 1 on this course. The way, again, with the approaches, just feels like he's the pick for me. There's so many. I got a list here. I was deep into names, and this is what I came up with. There's so many bombs. Don't be afraid to play your bomb. That's essentially what I was saying. So Michael Thompson, 90 to 1. Luke List, 90 to 1. Russell Knox, 110 to 1. Gary Woodland, 110 to 1. Hayden Buckley, 110 to 1. Harold Varner, 125 to 1. Tom Hoagie, 140 to 1. So that's 7 guys. I could play im and answer for the same output, but I'm taking the mass consortium of bodies here. 7 long shots for me. A totally different strategy. This event just feels different, and I'm kind of worried because I feel like a lot of people are just doing this and ignoring the top. And man, like Im, Gooch, Power, the Wolfman, feel like I love. So you can tell, like, my soul yearns for betting that part of the board. It's what I do. It's what I do every single week, like sticking that part of the board. I have not. Also, got to throw this off because why finish with 9 golfers when you can bet 10? Going back down the board, the charity special. We'll start it right here in Northern California. My guy, Marietta, California's own Ricky Fowler. We're going to play him what I believe to be 50 to 1. I haven't actually made the bet yet, but I'm going to do it pretty much when we're done here. And what's the charity special? Well, Ricky, you know, we're so deep into Ricky now, and we're hoping for the comeback this year. But how do you put this? It's a good thing to donate to charity. But at the same time, I've decided that every time I want to bet Fowler this year, like last year, I'll have to match the unit stake on Fowler with an exact donation to charity. I prefer children's charities. You have a suggestion, throw them at me because it's a long season and hopefully Ricky Fowler plays a lot. But it just allows me to, like, I need to double and triple take my Ricky Fowler bet because it's going to be double. It's going to cost me at least double the exposure because I'm going to make the bet and then I'm going to make the donation to charity. That all stems from all Ricky Fowler bets are donations to charity. But instead of just the sportsbook benefiting, why shouldn't people who could use it more than me or you probably, or definitely more than the sportsbook could use it? See how thrilled I am. That's it. Yeah, I don't know. Real talk, we're buried in snow. I got kids with COVID. It's not fun. They definitely caught it from me, but that's just the reality. They're fine. Everyone's fine, but it's just more, you know, there's only so many princess movies we can watch, friends. I've already watched that Encanto like 9 times. Could use some Disney magic with the bets. Why don't we get some Disney magic with the bets? I've already run through the whole catalog this past couple weeks. Oh, okay. Should I re-record this? No, you guys can have it. You guys can have it. It's for you now. It's no longer mine. It belongs to Odds Checker and the world. So those are the picks. Wild, silly card for me. Very Geoffrey Fienberg like. And we'll see. As you can tell, I'm radiating with confidence. But golf seasons feel it's nonstop for 40 weeks. So some weeks you'll be confident, other weeks you won't. Had so much fun building the card. Then you remember Rom's playing and it demoralizes you. All right, I'm going to stop talking. It's yours now. Choose your own adventure. Feel free, have fun with your bombs, or play that forgotten zone because everyone's playing bombs this week. Right? Everyone's playing bombs. Pivot back to that low 30 to 1 range, 25 to 40 to 1 range, I should say. Man. Oh, okay, let's get it. Good luck to the picks. I'm out. Fienberg, see you next week. Meme Rick, everything else. Odds Checker's got you covered. I don't know why I'm still talking. I could still hit end, but there's UFC this week. Guys are punching each other in the face. Odds Checkers got picks. NFL playoffs. Odds Checkers got picks. My boy Pat Mayo doing next videos for Odds Checker now. Go check that out. NBA, NHL, all of it covered at Odds Checker. You're probably not watching this video anymore. If you still are, you really like me. So please hit the like button and subscribe. So these will drop right into your feed. As soon as they're ready, get this magic right in your feed. Why would you want to delay that? I'm out.